I'm Stacey, and welcome to the kitchen of my old Kentucky home. Things sure have changed a lot since our last episode of Bourbon and Biscuits. We're going to be doing this show a little socially distanced for a while. I'm here at my kitchen, and Jessica, my co-host, is making batch cocktails at hers. We're going to get together a little later for a socially distanced gathering on my deck. But you know, the more the world around us has changed, there are some things that remain constant. Food and drink. They bring us together. Let's get started. Today we'll be making a Kentucky summer salad. Here's what we'll need. 1 cucumber, 2 tomatoes, half an onion, 1/4 cup of apple cider vinegar, 2 tablespoons of olive oil, 2 tablespoons of white table sugar, salt, and pepper. One of my favorite things about growing up in Kentucky is when the summer produce starts rolling in and the tomatoes, you can pick them off the vine. And one of my favorite things growing up at family reunions was this summer salad that I just called a reunion salad for years. I'd say, Mom, can we have that salad we have at the family reunion? But most people call it just summer salad. And it's just really 3 simple ingredients, produce-wise: the cucumbers, the tomatoes, and the onion. So just take your cucumber and usually slice off the ends. You can just slice this in coins if you like, but I like to do a little treatment that my grandmothers did because it just reminds me of being little. And they would take the cucumbers and trim them like this, so they end up with this like little hexagon or octagonal type shape. See how that is? Just all rimmed, and then they would slice them into the coins. And I don't know, I'm sure that's a really good cucumber, and that's probably where all the vitamins are and everything, but this just makes me happy to do it this way. So that's what we're gonna do. So I'm gonna tell you another little fun story about this. There is a picnic, there's church picnics are a big thing in Kentucky, and in Louisville, there are a lot of Catholic picnics all summer, like from starting late May until I think September is the last one, all the different parishes. But the mother of all Catholic picnics in Louisville, Kentucky is the St. Joseph's Orphanage picnic. It's held at the what was an orphan's home, and now for foster kids. It's still running. It's like, I want to say over 150 years, and the picnic is nearly as old. And they serve fried chicken, because of course they do, it is Kentucky, right? Fried chicken dinner all day, and it comes with this salad and some coleslaw, green beans, and then just a big slice of white bread. That's about the only time of year I eat white bread, is I put my greasy chicken on that and then eat the bread. But they serve the salad, and something I always look forward to in August. Okay, I'm gonna cut up the remainder of this produce, and then we'll just come back and show you how it's all mixed together. Okay, the hardest part of this recipe was cutting up the produce, which we have done, and I want to make a note about that. This was a serving for like a dinner party of 4, family of 4, and it really depends on the ratio of things you like. With a half an onion I had a really large onion, so I really only ended up using like 1/3 of it because I didn't want to overpower it. If you like cucumbers more than the tomatoes and want that more cucumber forward, use 2 cucumbers. But this was the ratio that I wanted. And of course, this recipe can be doubled and quadrupled if you're taking it to your family reunion. Now we're just gonna make the marinade for it. It's just really quick. We've got the apple cider vinegar. You could also use white distilled vinegar if you preferred. Olive oil, again, you can use canola if you wanted to. It's probably what my grandmothers would have used. 2 tablespoons of sugar. Some recipes I've seen in my old Kentucky cookbooks call for a little more. Just depends, again, on the balance of sweetness that you want. And then salt and pepper. And you're probably gonna want to pepper this one more time with some fresh cracked pepper when it gets all tossed up. So we're just gonna mix this around. Another thing that I found in looking through all those vintage Kentucky cookbooks that I have is some recipes added water to this. I didn't feel like my grandmothers would have done that, so we'll see. You can always thin it out if you need to, if it's too acidic for you with all that vinegar. Another thing I read is some people like to add ice cubes to it at the very end. I can tell you that we like to serve it really, really cold, right out of the fridge or the ice box, but I don't ever remember ice cubes floating around in ours. Okay, now we're just gonna pour this marinade over. we're just gonna mix this up. And then I called my mom right before this episode, as I often do, to get a reminder what my grandmothers would have done. And she said definitely needs a couple hours. So you wanna make this a couple hours before dinner, but preferably wanna let this marinate in the fridge overnight. And so there we have our delicious and refreshing Kentucky summer salad. And now, for the first time ever on Bourbon and Biscuits, we're going to head to Jessica's house, where she is making batched bourbon old fashions that she's bringing over for our cocktail get together a little later. So Jessica, see you soon.
All right, so this is actually a first for us today on Bourbon and Biscuits. I'm going to be at my own house making a cocktail, since Stacey and I are practicing social distancing. And now I am making a drink so that I can bring it over and we can enjoy it on her porch later. So I'm going to be making today a batched old fashioned. This will be really easy. I can go ahead and get it nice and chilled, and it'll be ready to go to just pour over ice when I get over to Stacey's. And it's one of her favorite cocktails, so I think she'll like it. So I'm going to be using Old Forester bourbon, orange bitters, simple syrup, and I've got an orange for garnish that I'll go ahead and prepare. So I'm gonna put everything in this liter bottle. We're gonna be using this whole 750 milliliter bottle of bourbon, so just wanna make sure you have a container that fits everything. Old Forester is pretty much usually my house bourbon anyway, so I already have this on hand. I think maybe a couple other people are gonna be joining us. I don't plan on Stacey and I drinking this entire bottle of Old Fashions. All right. And then the simple syrup that I made is actually going to be kind of a rich simple syrup for this batched version. So instead of a normal 1-to-1 ratio of sugar and water, I did 2 parts sugar to 1 part water. I'm going to do 1.5 ounces of the simple syrup. And this can be, to your taste. With old fashioned, it's easy to customize it to make it a little sweeter or a little less sweet, depending on what you like. And we're going to use a full 1/2 ounce of the bitters. I'm doing orange bitters since it's summertime. I think it'll be nice with the citrus, a little bit extra refreshing. So to do a full 1/2 ounce here, I took off the little part that usually you can add a dash of bitters, because I think that would be pretty annoying. All right, 1/2 ounce of the orange bitters. And then again, since we're doing a batch, instead of making this over ice where we would get some of the dilution normally, I'm going to do a 1/2 cup of water in here. So this is going to be cold when we serve it, and it's not going to get diluted like it normally would. All right, and that is all the ingredients we're going to be putting into this pre-batched version. I am going to go ahead and stick this in the refrigerator for a little while to get it nice and cool, but then we'll be ready to go. And then I'm also going to go ahead and slice up a little bit of this orange to have prepared as a garnish to bring over. So this is super simple. I think it'll be nice, refreshing, and we'll be able to quickly enjoy this without having to make a cocktail later. All right.
Jessica, I'm thrilled to see you after months of only on a Zoom call.
Yes, it's nice to lay eyes on you in real life.
Yes, welcome. I guess we'll be doing this, these socially distanced episodes, until the rains come in, right?
I guess so, yeah. Well, at least it was easy to go ahead and make a pre-batch cocktail, though, so
perfect.
Easy to bring over and didn't even
travels
need
well,
to
right?
dirty up your kitchen.
Right. Can't wait to taste it. I'll get out the summer salad later, maybe with some fried chicken.
Yeah.
Cheers. I would say that's a perfect old-fashioned.
Oh, good.
Yeah, very good.
I did all orange bitters in this one
I like
to
it.
make it a little bit more refreshing since it's pretty warm outside and
It is.
we're hanging out on the patio.
That's right. And I love the container you brought it in.
Yeah, but got it especially for doing some larger batch cocktails for however many people might show up on the patio, so hopefully we'll have some more fun versions in the future.
Great for entertaining.
Yeah.
Speaking of entertaining, we have almost 40 previously recorded episodes of some timeless recipes and easy to whip up cocktails
Right.
for home, and if we have to go back to a quarantine, and even if we don't, right?
Right, yeah. If you can't make it to Kentucky right now, at least you can kind of get a little flavor still at home yourself.
right.
Yeah. Well, Stacey, I look forward to doing this again.
Same, socially distanced.
Yep.
And you can join us safely from home
On Bourbon.
and biscuits.
Cheers.
Cheers.